Well, hello everybody from sunny Ramat Beit Shemesh. It's a beautiful wintry morning, and I've got fabulous news to share. Just a couple of weeks ago, my daughter gave birth to my second grandson, Avram Yoshua, and we are very happy and very proud. And it's been a wonderful couple of weeks. It also partially explains why I haven't I haven't posted any podcasts for a while. But now I'm out for a walk, and it's a good time to to give some thoughts of what's going on. So I was just thinking about uh, being a grandfather for the second time at age 50, and people often ask me, like, "Do you feel old now?" And the answer is no, not at all. I don't feel any different other than having a lot more nachas in my life. I would have been 50 whether I had grandchildren or don't have grandchildren. So honestly, the grandchildren make me feel younger, if anything, because having little babies and kids around the house is just fantastic for the soul. So I highly recommend it. I know it's not necessarily entirely in your control, but being a grandparent is just fabulous. But thinking about the the ideas of aging, getting old, and things like that. I aspire to be a senior citizen, and I'm assuming you do too, because the alternative the alternative is much less attractive. And really, the question is, if you're hoping to get old, your question you got to ask yourself is, what kind of senior citizen are you going to be? Are you going to be the 70-year-old who looks like he's 90, or the 90-year-old who looks like he's 70? And that's something that is mostly within your bounds to choose. And honestly, this is something that is quite a surprising phenomenon that I've seen. Is that as Jews, especially as religious Jews, we're very much accustomed to the mode of thinking that takes a short-term loss for a long-term gain, right? I mean, everything about our frumkeit, about our religiosity is based on don't do this now. Restrictions on your day-to-day life for a long-term reward, for what's going to be in Olam Haba. We to a very large extent, we sacrifice Olam Hazeh for what's going to be in Olam Haba. And that's almost fundamental. It's fundamental to what it is to being Jewish. So the question that bothers me is that, why is it that so many religious Jews are so overweight, unfit, and take so little care of themselves, eating all sorts of really unhealthy foods and whatever? And it's like you find this in every community. It's not like you have communities that are entirely strong and fit, but you would expect from a community that knows how to prioritize long-term gain over short-term gratification, that fitness and health would be something that would be obvious. Like, I mean, if you can, let's make a kal v'chomer over here. If you can prioritize Olam Haba, which is something that we don't even have a concrete, nobody can see evidence of Olam Haba over here, but we still believe in it, and we make massive lifestyle changes for the fact that ultimately we're going to receive this intangible reward in Olam Haba. But you can see with your own eyes what happens when people get old. And yet, so few people actually take the initiative to take care of themselves when they're younger, so that they can prepare for where they're older. I don't know. I speculate maybe it's something to do with the Hanukkah. We've just come out of Hanukkah, and a lot of Hanukkah is about rejection of this sort of this Greek culture of worshipping the body and sports and everything. And there's a lot of derisory comments about the fact that so many Jewish sports teams are called Maccabi, when the Maccabim were diametrically opposed to all of this sports culture. But I think it's a mistake. I think it's the objection that they had to the Greek sports and gymnasiums and whatever is because they involved Avodah Zarah. They were inside the gymnasiums. They had statues of their gods, and it was part of their worship that they did this. They performed the athletics and sports in the nude, which is like, okay, this is Gilui Arayos that they're putting up over here. So yes, if I had been there, I would have been opposed to that too. But basically, looking after your health is not in that category at all. And the more we learn about health and fitness, the more we realize how important it is to have that to have health, to look after your health, to eat well, to exercise well. It's more of a health risk than smoking, I've seen in one study. I can't quote you chapter and verse at the moment, but literally, being unfit is more of a health risk than smoking a pack a day of cigarettes. This is the research that I saw, and can't quote you any sources at the moment. And even if it's not accurate, it's directionally accurate. It is a high risk not to be fit. So I have to put this to you, and I'm talking to you. Stop procrastinating. Look at yourself? Are you fit? Are you strong? Are you looking after yourself? And if not, if you look at yourself in the mirror and think, I'm sick of looking like a potato, well, stop procrastinating. And here's an exercise that can get you a little more motivated. Imagine that you're talking to yourself at age 70. And if you're already age 70, then look at yourself at an older age, whatever it is. Imagine 70-year-old you looking at you and saying, how could you do this to me? How could you let yourself go to rack and ruin and leave me to be like unfit and weak and unhealthy? The time to get yourself strong and fit is now, when you're younger. And if you build yourself up more when you're younger, you are guaranteeing yourself of having a better old age. This is not just like a speculation. It's not a segula. If you exercise and look after yourself and eat well and get yourself fit when you're younger, it will improve your old age. There's not even a question about it. Okay, so now your 70-year-old you is looking back at you and demanding a reckoning of you, saying, what did you do when you were younger? Did you do what you needed for me? So hopefully he'll look at you and say, thank you for doing what you could. And now, if hopefully I've motivated you to say, okay, I need to do something, but what? I don't know what to do. It's like, gym is too difficult. It's too far away from home. It costs too much, and whatever. And the answer to you is, do whatever exercise comes the easiest to you. Just start there. If the only thing that you can motivate yourself to do now is to roll off the couch and do one push-up, do it now. I'll wait, or you can hit pause, whatever you want. Okay. So if that's all that you can do, then do that. And maybe tomorrow you can do 2 push-ups. Whatever you can do it, and make some little gesture and build on that little gesture. I personally enjoy running. Why do I enjoy running? Because all I have to do is buy myself a good pair of shoes. Okay. As it happens, I also had to get orthotic insets to correct my gait, but that's something that came later. My starting point was just getting a good pair of shoes and going out and running. And then because all I needed to do was get out and hit the road. I didn't have to wait for anyone. I didn't have to book an appointment. I didn't have to pay anything. All I had to do was have my shoes, and I could go out and run. I enjoyed the running, and I decided to accessorize myself more. So I bought myself a nice running watch, a GPS watch, and all sorts of nice running clothes and the right equipment. So the more I've accessorized myself, the more I've motivated myself to run. So now it's like part of my routine is going out and running, because what am I going to do with these accessories if I don't go out and run? Okay, I do gym. Right? In order to motivate myself to do gym, and it's not easy to do gym because you're getting out and you're pushing things that are uncomfortable to push and lifting weights that are uncomfortable to lift. So what did I do? I paid. Fortunately, I can afford to pay for a private trainer to give group sessions. It's not that much. It's like a chug for one of your kids for the month, but it's a chug for you. Okay, so I've got a professional trainer who I meet twice a week with a group of people, and we go, and he pushes us. So it's not like me sitting and saying, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I've got somebody who's sitting there and whipping me and holding, saying, come on, do more, and it's motivating. It's good. It's nice for the social side. It's nice for having somebody to push me. But that's just my experience. I'm just sharing my experience. If something else works for you, if you've got a bicycle and you enjoy riding, then take your bicycle. If you like swimming, find whatever it is that you enjoy. That's the important thing about exercise. Don't get caught up in getting it perfect, because perfection is the enemy of good. Okay, just get something that you enjoy and start small and build up as over time. Just start small and make that first token gesture to investing in yourself, to investing in your future. Right? That's whatever sort of tricks you can pull. Get friends to do it with. Make an appointment so that you've got a commitment. Put it in your diary. Block off time in your diary so that you can't have other meetings, and you get a reminder on your devices to say, oh, it's time to go and exercise now. Have some kind of system that makes sure that on a regular basis you're getting out, exercising, investing in the future you. Okay? Think of that future you, and think of what they're going to say to you when you're looking back on the younger you. Are they going to thank you, or are they going to have a joy, make a reckoning from you? Okay? You owe it to yourself. Invest in yourself and start now.